Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I believe tonight we're going to be knocking out some of the trials we need, and maybe more dungeons, maybe do some questing. There's lots of stuff we could do. There's a lot of stuff to do in this game. But at the moment, it looks like everybody just went AFK on me. So we're going to sit here for a minute. All right, stream is live.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Alright, I do kind of feel a little lazy teleporting to the Hawthorne Hut since it's like one exit away from Gridania, but I did it anyway.
Well, I will take that teleport too.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. And I am at the entrance. Is everybody ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. 1 second.
Yeah, I am.
I don't think you actually have to be at the entrance, KJ. If you're trying to
No.
get
I'm
here.
trying to put a sock on over the smushed
Ah.
toe here.
Gotcha.
My feetsies are cold. Okay, toesies are cold. Okay, I'm ready.
This might be the first time I've ever had to wait in a queue. There we go. Oh, those horribly long 30-second queues.
Terrible.
Warrior Moogles are so silly looking.
I gotta tell you, I really can't stand the noise they make. It drives me insane.
It is a lot.
Alright, Jeff, I'm assuming you haven't done this before.
I have not done this one before, no.
Alright, if you want to off-tank, as soon as we start fighting the Moogle King, you'll want to pull the Paladin, which has the blue ball above his head, and the Warrior, which will have the red ball above his head, and you want to pull them away from the rest of the party.
Alright, blue ball and red ball away from the party.
Yep, Warrior and Paladin.
Is this one here one of the...
Yeah, we'll fight with the little guys first, and then we'll move to the King after we kill all of them.
Gotcha.
Just so you know, the Warrior and the Paladin
What was that again, Ant?
the only Moogles that can be taunted are like Paladin and Warrior. Everybody else is just so you can't act.
Gotcha.
Ooh, that's not me doing it. Somebody else has that too.
The other hero,
Yeah, but I don't know.
they're the same as you. They're white mage.
DPS will need to take the little Moogles again before we
At least they had interesting music. I can't get out. There,
I've got the red one, but I don't see the blue one. Oh, there it is.
the blue one's on me.
And I'm dead.
I'm dead.
Me too.
The green one is in some green stuff, and I can't get him out. So
I'll get you next, Zora.
You're fine.
Right here.
Axe daughter. Dead.
Okay.
I think that's all of them. Did it really take us so long to kill the ads that the boss was dead before we got the ads down?
Looks like it.
Well, I mean, we killed the ads, but it was like 5 seconds before the boss went down.
Yeah.
Yay.
Wow, actual loot. And of course, it's another machinist arm. I find that funny because when you were doing this this duty, you couldn't have unlocked machinist yet.
You're getting me prepared.
True. You did it, Kupo. You did it. Good King Mughal XII, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more. I shudder to think what might have happened if you'd not stopped the Mughals' guard when you did. Thank you. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Puknipak that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Raya O at Camp Tranquil, and you can relay the news to the chieftain.
Oh, I like that your mount glows, Zora. I can follow you.
I lead the way. No, not really.
Oh no. You lead the way. Might not be the right way. But you
I just realized the quest turned ends in a completely other zone, so here comes teleport.
Oh.
This is not the quest we need, but this is another unlock quest, so I'm picking it up.
Which one are you talking about? Oh,
The quest I just picked up was actually, I'm not even sure what it was. I guess it was part of a quest. Oh, I was working on. Okay, that was unlocking the quest to unlock hard mode Amdapor Keep, apparently. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Mughal XII, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen? All Mughal-kind owes you a debt, Kupo, and I sense Raya-O wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Your bravery and service to the Twelves Wood and her Mughal shall not be forgotten. My sister will doubtlessly wish to hear your tale of this great victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to a full account of today's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. All right, do we want to do the other 8-man while we're here?
sure.
We can. We just need to wait for.
And to get back.
Oh, I just saw that. Gotcha. Well, I'm going to take a minute to modify my sounds a bit. Some of the combat sound effects were so loud I had to turn Ant up to 200% just to hear what he was saying.
Yeah.
I was in this cave just the other day, killing these ogres.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Have you done a Relic Reborn, the Chimera, Ant?
Probably. I can't recall off the top of my head which one that is.
Alright.
I haven't done it as a tank, and some of these missions and quests I've been on that were like 8-man, everything we went up against just melted. Sometimes it was just me just trying to keep up with everybody else.
Gotcha. Well, it did not allow the queue for that. Wish it would tell me what's who's wrong.
What was the mission called again? Or the dungeon?
A Relic Reborn, the Chimera. It's a trial. Level 50 on my list. It appears above Thornmarch Hard.
You know what? It might be me. I don't think I've done that one.
Alright. Well, I'll leave it up to you guys. Do you want to attempt to queue for this with only one tank? Or do you want to come back later?
Yeah, I could jump out if you need to. No problem.
Well, we could just move on with the quest line.
Yeah, that's what I can do.
Alright.
I was going to ask if there's any other eight dungeons that we need 8 men.
Well, there aren't any more 8-man dungeons, but there's probably going to be more trials. FF14 seems to like trials.
Gotcha.
In fact, there's I know we have a quest line that's going to lead to at least one, but it's not the main story quest line, so. That's, let's see, where is it? Primal Fear. That leads to the hard modes of Ifrit and probably Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda.
Yeah.
But the main story quest we need is in Gridania. Okay, I find this funny, Emo. The NPC that we need to speak to take us to the Elder Seed Seer is the Silent Conjurer. And then you click on them and they speak to you.
So Conjurer's Guild?
Yes.
Okay. I don't see you.
I've already gone in.
Oh, did you already talk to the Silent Conjurer, though?
Yes, I talked to the Silent Conjurer and have gone in.
Gotcha.
My load
Oh.
screens today seem really long.
You are returned to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus have I 2 reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Mughals don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of power contained in the crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Mughals called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the aether which comprised him, instead being scattered to the four winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means, Azations, this whole business reeks of their handiwork. Popo. They said it was a masked man who had taught them how years ago, but Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all. How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear, so long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flame. Ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A somber thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks. Already the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. I did not mean to skip that. I agree with Emo. Go ahead and head to the Waking Sands. It is good to see you hale and healthy. I received word from Ida and Papalimo that you had felled good King Mughal XII, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was as they said, summoned with the same methods, used by the beast tribes and taught by the Assations. Though unfortunate, this incident at least served to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So, as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seems only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain here with me until the end. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Orianger. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he is quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our Order's history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Orianger will remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of the primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alice shall continue her work closely with him as well. Should they require our assistance, I have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Orianger, will you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something important. Thou art ever welcome, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded? That these halls should be rightly consigned to the annals of history? In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many of a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find that the banner of his ancestor faded by the eons. And still, man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Yeah, I don't think that was bow-worthy, Orianger. Be not offended. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of... Whence came that cry? The solar! 12 for Finn, the antecedent. You must... Tell me, Louisoy, would you have done the same? Louisoy Levelet was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. An assassin? Here? How? How readily you see. You are indeed gifted, antecedent. But You're not like the others. Your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. You speak of La Habrea. La Habrea is a warrior. He fought. He fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come. I only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. You are... What are... We're ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave. But I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive naught. So, it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. La Habrea did not think so highly of the Echo. La Habrea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave, as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait, stay where you are. Mayhap it was indelicate, or I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardor, I wonder? I take it there is no need to explain. Save your concern. He did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you alright? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of a special tonic. Urianger, send words to the students of Baldessian. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Assatian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Assatian, my lady? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Assations are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find him. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Pray attend me, Tartaru. And now we await the rest of the party. I'm just watching the interactions of the kitten and the pup.
So now I got a hunt and kill mission.
Yes.
For seek and destroy.
Definitely seek. Don't know about the destroy.
Oh, I'll destroy them if I have to put them in a crystal.
Well, that apparently worked real well on La Habrea, after all. That was real hard to find. I am told that you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon.
I like his robe. It has purple.
Yes, it does. I find him considerably creepier than La Habrea.
Yeah.
You are being judged.
Well, I found out why I don't have the Chimera trial unlocked. Apparently I have to be playing one of the main starting classes. And I'm mostly playing Dark Knight and Samurai and
Ah.
Oh, he's across.
Sorry, I was getting interrupted there. Yes, put this fight right in the middle of the frog field.
Of course.
They were considerably more annoying than your minions. Remarkable. Truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None, save he who bested La Habrea, could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then You know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again.
AFK for a moment, guys.
Alright. I just noticed that I guess it's the Immortal Flames emblem is on my shield. It just looks like a sticker stuck to the bottom of the shield, but it's there.
Yep.
Thank you, Emo, for reminding me that I can fly.
Well, for a short time there, I was actually running fast when I could fly.
Thank the gods you've returned. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive? Beg pardon, he was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again. Of when does he speak? And of what exactly? The words of this Elibus portend much but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Let us set aside the matter of this cessation until we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alhamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information every information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorza, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within it I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? The legacy of Menphilia's father, who perished in the parade incident of 1562, when a Gabu broke free of its magical fetters and ran amuck through the streets of Ul'dah, contains a wealth of stolen Imperial research on the primals, as well as other information which has yet to be deciphered. The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well can I imagine the antecedent's pain. Upon my honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain.
Couldn't she have just walked out the door and handed it to him?
This is Menphilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to. Once you have given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the seventh heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tartaru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Aetherite in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep. I see someone has the regalia.
I think it's funny that his arms like on the window seal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15, the most recently released mainline title in the series, one of the core mechanics of it was the main character and his three buddies traveling around, and they had a car similar to this that they drove around everywhere. I'm pretty sure it could not fly, though. I think this one can. Okay, the Spriggan mount is just weird.
Yeah, I think it is as well.
I guess it works for Lalafels.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know what it would look like otherwise.
Whatever. I want to know why you guys aren't carrying me around.
Apparently you can't jump quite high enough.
Almost.
Just stick your arm out. I can get it.
All right, do we want to try and see if we can do the Chimera thing now that Ant is in Paladin form?
Sure.
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 If Ant wants to.
You still there, Ant? He might be AFK.
Well, I can fix that.
He might also have to have done the quest beforehand, too. So. But I find it hilarious that Minfilia has been procrastinating about leaving the Waking Sands for quite some time now. And then she says, oh, by the way, take this book around the corner. Okay? And as we get over there, and she's like, oh, while you were gone, I left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Of course, I also find it funny that she said, take the Aetherite to Revenant's Toll. Like, if you're walking, we're going to get there before you.
Yeah.
He may have gotten another phone call.
No problem. Let us continue to Revenant's Toll, then.
Okay.
That is a very large elephant mount
Yeah.
being ridden by a Lalafell.
Yeah.
Oh, you're here. Good, good. We are all wondering when you'd show up. As I was just telling your restive receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable as a home as the Waking Sands ever was. Preferably not to Garleans this time, Tataru. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Take that odd-looking fellow over there, for example. He's been eyeing us most suspiciously ever since we arrived. I cannot help but wonder if we are truly safe here. Oh, he looks very suspicious, yes. Ah, that man. I can't say I've spoken to him myself, but rumor has it he's come to hunt for ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. You've seen the structure I speak of, no? It'd be hard to miss. The massive pillar of shining crystal that looms high over the land, just to the southeast of here. If the tales are to be believed, it's a remnant of some ancient civilization. The details remain a mystery, and that's no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. The man over there is no exception, and if my instincts are true, he knows more than most. If you're curious about the tower yourself, you could do worse than to talk to him and see what he knows. Why, if I weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'd have half a mind to join you. I mean, just look at it. I could scarce begin to imagine what wonders lie inside. Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, I do believe it's time you officially announced your presence to everyone else. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. I like that it describes him as the outlandish man.
Yeah. Oh, I like this place.
Yes, this is much better.
All right, so he needs to know where he has to go to open that paladin quest for the weapon.
It's the person that's over by the.
Uh,
The
the
twin adders out, right? With the twin adders.
no, the quest he would need is it started with Rowena in Revenant's Toll, and would have
One second.
told him to go from there to somewhere in
Rowena in what toll? Oh, Revan's toll, where we're
Yeah.
at now, right? Okay.
and from there he would need to go somewhere in North Shroud.
Hey, are you guys in Sid's workshop?
I'm inside the Rising Stones, just talking to the random scions.
For some reason, I got a quest and came inside here. And there's some Jesse chick.
You appear to be doing something completely different than the rest of us.
Didn't that guy have like 3 quests after?
Oh, we didn't pick those up. I think we just came in. We just turned
Yeah.
around and walked into the.
Okay.
I think those were just regular quests, so.
Well, yeah. Oh, crap. There's the new thing. Okay. As soon as I get done talking to Jesse, I'll jump back out.
I would note that Menphilia's office now has 2 random unnamed NPCs chatting in the corner.
Yeah.
Well, it is certainly spacious.
Okay, I'm completely lost at where you guys are at because I tried to go back into that room talking to that guy and it said, "Oh, you want to go back to Sid's
Hey.
office?" And I'm like, "No."
Hang on, I'll come in there.
It's in the inn, KJ, where we've been picking up all those dungeon quests.
Oh, I thought the inn was behind him. Hold on. I'll just come back.
I also walked into the door that didn't open, so I understand. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. For today, we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorza's
Okay,
people
Ant
proudly
said
and openly.
if we want to go ahead and try and do it without him, go ahead.
Alright? But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzan
shit.
alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to
And Ant
influence
said
our
he's got about
decisions.
7 more minutes of honeydews.
Our identity remains
He took off
unchanged,
to do
as
it,
does
and it
our
wasn't supposed to
cause.
take so long.
We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorza.
And yeah, that inn looks a lot better than the before.
For Eorza.
I hope those are two like security type NPCs over there. No names.
A moment of your time. I would speak of Elibus. Elidibus, that's probably it. Pardon my intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldessian hath been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge both... Oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldessian, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we must assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus. 'Tis possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge, but be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad association, perhaps? An ochre? A puce? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the crystal of darkness and cast out La Brea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Assasian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. trial. Where are you? Your intercession was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motions. Your intentions unclear. They survived the Seventh Ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And at long last, they see. Truly there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from the Amagina and Sons mineral concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest, but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Isholta when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun the preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do.
Yeah, I'm back, guys.
Welcome back, Ant.
Welcome back.
But yeah, Ant, the quest line began with something called the Weaponsmith of Legends or something like that told you to go meet with Rowena in Revenant's Toll. So we went and met with Rowena, and she sent us to meet with a guy that's in North Shroud somewhere. Forgetting his name. His name is Geralt.
Okay. You know, I don't think you have to do the relic quest to unlock the next area, if that's what you guys are trying to do.
Oh, no, you don't. You don't. KJ wants the transmog. We're continuing on with the main quests. So.
Okay.
I'm checking on something. All right, you guys may want to talk to the outlandish man there, and then come to me. There are unlocked quests over here.
I've already talked to him. Did you talk to him, Zora?
I don't have anything, so I'm assuming I
Well,
did.
he did.
No, he didn't have anything. You just talked to
Yeah.
him like chat bubble.
I don't
Yeah.
see an outlandish man.
He should be standing there by himself, not far from the guy with the mustache.
Yeah, he's right in front of me.
I don't see anybody there.
Oh, I wonder if you've already talked to him and now he's gone.
Could be.
Maybe.
But yeah, I'm not sure whether this stuff is still required for the main quest at one point, since the game did tell us just a few minutes ago that we would have to do stuff in the Crystal Tower to progress on the main story, but then it let us continue the main story anyway. So we may not have to do the Crystal Tower anymore, but yeah.
I just have regular quests over here.
Okay, so you've probably already picked it up then, Zora.
Okay.
The quest that I picked up is the Legacy of Alag. It's a level 50 quest in Mordana.
Is he the blue guy or the blue quest?
Probably.
Yeah.
There's also a levy over here that you may be seeing.
I saw the levy and skipped it.
His name is Rambrose.
Yeah.
Hey guys, my daughter's got to get to bed soon. I guess I do too, but she wanted to do a dungeon she just unlocked real quick, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of the group for a bit.
All right. Y'all have fun.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, and just an FYI, we have now completed 2.1. Still Waters is the first quest of 2.2.
Cool.
I wonder if this is the one where we get the other flying ship from Sid.
No idea.
Ant was on it, was telling me about it. Not much about it, but it looks badass, so I hoping that's this chain.
We may not be pressing down this quest line. This is apparently the raid quest line, as in the 24-man content kind of stuff. Well, unless we decide to feel crazy.
TP crazy.
Crazy. Well, whatever is part of the storyline.
But for all I know, it may be required. I don't know.
Oh, I saw a guild in here. What do they call these companies? It had a big log _H. Yeah. So I actually inspected the person. It's log horizon. 261 members.
All right.
It was like turkeys.
Well, I don't know for certain, but the free company one of my stream team guys is in is called Glasses Adjust. And I immediately thought of Log Horizon when I saw
Yeah.
that.
Air glasses. Or as they started calling them, air glasses. Okay, I forgot his name now.
Shiro?
Chiro, thank you.
All right, are we done here?
I think so. Well, wait.
Yeah, you're still in a cutscene. So.
Well, I thought I was done, but now all of a sudden he turned over and it's like something else started again.
Practicing your moonwalking emo?
Yes.
Okay, now he's got another blue.
That one should be pretty quick.
Yep.
Well, I ain't reading it this time. It was. Okay, so these two have quests for me. Do I ignore them?
Yeah, I
Did
didn't
we
pick them
ignore
up.
'em? Okay. Sorry about that.
No problem.
He wants to destroy the tower or the statues. I'm like, why don't you just figure out the puzzle? Those obviously look like some kind of molten things going to one point. But can they get close to it, I guess, to actually finish the circle around the square or the square? Diamond.
Okay.
And actually, if I'm understanding what I'm reading correctly, yes, the raid quest line is required.
I did some things with some crystal-y thingies.
Oh.
Ah, your assistance is most welcome. I've already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufalupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and it would only be repeating that which he already related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Oh, the little guy's still alive. What a pleasure to see you again. Ishilta said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Algan Sunway. The car bolted off to Eastern Thonalon, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage. That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Almoja do have a foothold in Eastern Thonalon. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever you've been off to. I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Almoja friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends and the Brass Blades intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us. Against all expectation, it would seem the Almoja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the store of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think of what that might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then. Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Okay, I am somewhat interested in person wearing strange purple clothes.
I'm excited we had another one where what's his name was speaking because I like that voice actor.
Indeed. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well, then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking up Fufalupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together, we may find something of use nestled away within it. Oh, but it is good to see you return from 3 steps away. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon the most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufalupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? Have I killed you, Emo?
It's just so funny because you say exactly the things that I'm thinking. I'm just like, I didn't even have to move. I just turned.
And how could he be so blind? I mean, that's how blind he is. He can see us.
I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there was someone among our own ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our own midst? Gasp, Fufalupa. How did you get the position that you're in right now? Oh, right. We had to get rid of a traitor in your own midst. It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa. Indeed, if for reasons of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would the thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they may instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikote miner, traveling without escort so as not to attract undue attention. But who? I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task. Indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerley. A fine spot to rest, would you not agree? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Forgive me, friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. That's basically all I do, Thancred.
Besides, we're the party for.
I had a mean thought that he thought about it when he saw Thancred, because Thancred was sort of a traitor there for a minute.
True. Although Fufalupa wouldn't know about that.
Oh, no, that's true, yeah.
Yes, walk onto the spot multiple times before you remember, oh, you have to click it. I like your new costume, Ishulta.
Yeah.
Stubborn to the last as expected. Are you unharmed? A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Thonalon, no less. I suppose it's a first time for everything. Sea wolves? All of them? Aye, and all the same taste and facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with these thieves.
Cage and I were just laughing at the back and forth look we gave to them. Well, they just thought about it.
Uh-huh. On behalf of the brass blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. But we have not been idle. While you were in the field, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with this fellow in private. No, I'm afraid that would not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that, exactly? Your men haven't been sampling the somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea wolf. Lemensian born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of the developments. Yes, he's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know. But one must follow where duty leads. You might try and look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? And then I give him a stoic nod. There we go. That's
That was really good.
Yeah, it's always nice when the game is self-aware of itself.
But I don't understand why we didn't get the buzz. Why did Thancred? We have our own buzz thing.
Yeah, rude.
Well, there would be no use for him otherwise. Gotta make him feel important.
The antecedent bid me to tell you to make for Vesper Bay. I thought we were done with Vesper Bay. We're young.
We still have things. We still have things to
Well, we
tell
got that purple person.
True. The purple person is there. where young Alpha Node awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is Alpha Node has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers.
It's just down the road, isn't it?
That is true. The loading, the casting time of the teleport and then the loading screen might take longer than just flying over there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they're assassins.
Well, apparently the Assassins can deploy assassins that are completely invisible unless you have magic brain powers. So
That's true too. But this one, she's asking for the leader. Wait, was I supposed to go down or inside?
they said go to Vesper Bay, not the Waking
Outside.
Sands.
Oops.
You almost got me, Zora.
I got myself. That's okay.
You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You're familiar with Doma, yes? In Othard? Well, like the rest of the nations on the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best of circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale. And, more importantly, what they know about the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, don't you think? Come, with me to Ul'dah. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan's sworn on the royal promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being persuaded by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of the unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah.
He's a smartass.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Hold on, man.
Yeah, I was actually kind of expecting him to make some kind of comment about us not speaking, and then we just nod at him again.
Right. I would have liked better looking back and forth to all of you. Like, are we doing this? Are we following him?
The Chamber of Rule is where you want to go.
Oh, yeah. So stay back here. I thought I seen you running away, so I was like, wait, where's he going? And then I can't see you.
I went to the Aethernet and teleported to the Chamber of Rule.
It was another paladin. You need to get that glamour going, buddy.
I have not yet found any gear that looks good. I would say, and I have looked, but I have only looked a little. It matters not how many times you ask, Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alpha Node Leveler at your service. A friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray, join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there's aught we can do to help.
Hey, can we punch that captain guy in the teeth first?
He's just doing his job.
Well, he's the one that tried to kill you, ain't he?
No,
Oh,
that's
he's dead then.
that's this guy over here. That's
Wow.
Gentlin's here, this guy.
Kick. Right in the shins.
Although I will note from the texture on her tail, I am pretty sure the girl in purple is one of my people.
Yeah, dragon.
So.
I was gonna say that too, because I was like, whose ears go back like this? And then I was like looking at the tail a little closer, and I was like, oh, I bet she's a dragon. Dragon person. You guys.
The Aura, I believe, is what we are.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Uldar unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
This chair and table is obviously far too small for my character. My knees were above the tabletop.
That's funny.
I looked like I was sitting at the children's table. Although I guess with Alpha Node there, I guess this was the children's table, wasn't it?
What?
If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more, when you have already offered much. Desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you and your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see? But just sent word that they can't come. Meaning I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and nobody to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Go and call on Fridura and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I have a ship. I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. She's in the business of feeding refugees now? I ain't normally one to question Mr. Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Shut up and do it. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man who can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Yeah, I don't care. Shut up and do it. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? I repeat, shut up and do it. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. It's not like both those didn't take us exactly where we wanted to go, but...
Either way works, right?
And I completely skipped whatever she said, so... I dared not hope for such magnanimity, much less expected. Mr. Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Ugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphanode. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Ugiri, for naught has been given. This is a small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Dolmans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us in the Royal Promenade. Stand there, be intimidating. Understood.
Besides, we might get some ninjas who owe us a favor. As the Scions.
Although I will admit, as imposing and impressive as I am, I'm not likely to be very intimidating with Raban in the room.
That's true.
I'm sorry, it's the Chamber of Rule when we go to the promenade, right?
Yep. Well, I guess I'm actually bigger than Raban. I had not noticed that.
I was going to say, you're about 6
you
inches
are,
taller
yeah.
than him.
A pleasure. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Ugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Ugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the Purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Ugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Ugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Ugiri, As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
We had issues with Lord Lolorito's men when we were leveling through here, didn't we?
Yep.
But this is the first time we've actually met him, right?
I think so. I think we've seen him once in passing in another quest, and he was a jerk in there too.
As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Often I've wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah, I'll waste no more words on him. Not when the Dormans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames.
Where's the hall?
What was that, Zora?
Where's the hall?
Go to the Aetherite Plaza. It's the Immortal Flames headquarters. Of course, I was standing there looking at the wrong NPC.
On the right. Zora. Right.
The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The Monitorists have made their position clear. Agreed. Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limsa Lominsa or Gridania, I judge given the state of their internal affairs. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to the ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Minfilia, this is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision. I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time, a week, mayhap, or even a few days? Excellent. I shall keep you informed. Lady Ugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphinaud. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordana. Like many outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action and lacks the comforts of which well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands, hard labor, lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those you propose yourself, Lady Ugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of an unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphinaud, once again, I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat, considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Ul'dah Adventurers Guild will be of assistance. Look for me there anon. Lady Ugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out to Mordana. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught that the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a small number, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordana. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us, private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well. We should begin the contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come when may, you shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Ugiri. And you and Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Ugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you, after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? I can walk. Oh, I'm sorry. Stoic nod.
I was going to say walk and talk and chew gum at the same time.
But that's how you hit your head on a stool, KJ.
Only if I'm looking down.
As we speak, the Dolmens prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Ul'dah. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process, though tasks great and small, in short, whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozan when you arrive. As Lady Ugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Greetings. Alphanode informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. Aye, I knew from a glance what manner of man you were. I too have some skill at arms, as so do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son, Yozan. He can tell you more. Oh, hello there. I'm Yozan, son of Hozan. Will you be coming with us to Ul'dah? I hear we're traveling by horsebird-drawn carriage. Horsebird. I like that. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one. But what's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide and seek. 3 players are still hiding, and since Lady Ugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. Found one. And another. Alright, the first two are far too easy. The third one has to be hidden better.
Found him.
I haven't managed to find you yet, KJ.
Fly up.
Wonderful. All the children are accounted. Hide and seek. I see that you are curious. It is quite simple, really. Lady Ugiri thought it best the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that they are prepared. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at irregular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father Home, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Koharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Ul'dah is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you could agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman.
And now I got the bad feeling about that. Ambush anyone?
Oh, almost certainly. But, we smite demons. What's bandits gonna do?
I think they're going to be undercover fire blades or whatever they are.
Eager to be off, are we? Aye, well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Runner from the Blades says we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie been sighted south of the bridge to Hammerley. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course, but I don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but there's a lot but this lot here's another story. So I was thinking you might go ahead and have a quick look around, make sure the area is safe, and if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. Well, when you're satisfied the way's clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me the road there is safe, so I reckon we can take it that far on our own. Assuming the self-same bastards don't try to rob us, that is.
I'm surprised they weren't impressed that I had one of these.
One of what?
They're robots.
Ah.
Vampires or whatever they are.
Well, it was moderately impressive looking, at least.
Yeah.
The big eyeball with bat wings.
So there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, eh?
Oh crap! I forgot he was going to meet us in that city. I was going all the way back to the. Jeez.
Well fought, sir. Well fought. Ah, if only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand by your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things might have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost, but not forgotten. Lady Ugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought the fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one ever even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father. To she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do it without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Koharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. I seem to forget what we said. I wonder if this matters if you say something different than what you said at the beginning of the game.
Oh, I don't know.
Did Zora make the mistake of following KJ?
I'm still in cutscenes.
I am too, yeah.
Well, apparently I'm moving.
I really thought about my answers.
Ah.
Where do I go? Into
Once you're
Uldar.
once you're out of the quest, you just head back into the city. Might actually be the first time in a long time we've finished a cutscene from a quest and not ended with the quest giver standing right in front of us.
Yeah. I don't think the kid caught what I meant by I like to chase the roses wild and all that. Just basically travel.
No, because that's one of the passwords for whatchamacallit.
What password?
Wasn't that a password for something?
Basically, anytime Wild Roses gets mentioned, it's a Science of the Seventh Dawn password.
Yeah.
Oh, so I shouldn't have used it, huh?
Probably not.
Oh.
Maybe you taught the kid a password that's going to end up saving his life.
There you go.
True. But he didn't catch the whole meeting. I just like to get out and travel. Because he replies by, well, that's cool. Roses are cool, but they're everywhere. I'm like, yeah.
Ah, I take it the first group has arrived. Excellent. Is there aught else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Ugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. It is past time Lady Ugiri met with the guild representatives at Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thanalan, which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort of the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slafborn upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Ugiri to Menphilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good stead for that which is to come. Safe travels. And now to travel to Revenant's Toll by means of a push of a button.
I made for a quick transportation.
I'm not really sure how Lady Ugiri was supposed to use the Aethernet to get here, but yeah.
She was added to the party.
We're in a party, and they actually allowed it to happen even though she's never been here before.
There we go. And this must be the esteemed Lady Ugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the Toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth in spirit and camaraderie to spare. See, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slafborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand, I give the same speech to all new arrivals. And you needn't bow your head or call me master either. We are both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slafborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. 7 hells, why are you wasting time with me? See them to the rising stones. We had to introduce her to your wondrous mustache. Zora? Zora?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
I almost did it too. To whom much
Oh,
is
and
given,
beard.
much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the rising stones anon. Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continue to meet with failure. Orianger has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you were kept busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when a primal threat remains unresolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. But be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within my power to help them. Lady Ugiri is here. Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her. I think the 2 random NPCs are security personnel. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event
Oh
that
no, once the mayor dude or the we
Oh,
met
that's
him
right.
before.
The head of the Adventurers Guild here. That's right.
Yeah.
In the event that the Revenant's toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave, as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slaffborn. Lady Ugiri. Lahamin and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival. Though I must admit, I am still troubled about the manner of the missing crystals. Isholta should be returning anon with a report from the field. Mayhap we could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet, which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja, yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Ugh.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon, soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Well, that was a terrible noise.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye. A primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
A primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness...
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventuality inevitable. Yet, so long as there is even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs spend all our efforts toward achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa Mensa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time, and will doubtlessly have valuable information to share.
If she doesn't have the echo, won't she get turned?
Well, only Menphilia and us have the echo within the Scions, so I imagine
I thought we all did.
they'll just keep her back from the primal, I would guess.
Okay.
Alright, I think it is probably about time to call it for the night. So, just a minute, let me wind down the stream. Alright guys, I believe we will be calling it here for the night. And we will be back eventually. Possibly tomorrow, possibly not. We shall see. But if not back tomorrow, I will be back on Friday with more Final Fantasy V. Until then, I want to thank y'all for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good night.